Cooney and Amy are in a dressing room.
How did you develop the monologue describing Petruchia's clothing?
Okay, yeah, so I have a monologue at near the end of part 1.
Yeah.
It's all one sentence.
Is it actually down as one sentence in the thing?
In our version. I mean,
right.
I guess in different editions it might be slightly different. But yeah, in our one it is.
Cut to Amy.
Hello, Amy here. Sorry to interject. I just thought it might be interesting to have a look at my actual script to show you how we developed this monologue. As you can see on the right hand side, we have all the actual lines, and I have circled around words that I don't understand, and I have put the actual description when I've looked it up on Google or in the dictionary. So for instance, lampus, which I originally thought was pronounced lampas, so I've put the correct pronunciation there, and then I've put that it's sores and swellings of the mouth. Then on the other side of the page I've put the translation, so I've translated it all into modern day English, and you can see that I've put notes from our voice coach Anna McSweeney, so imagery, hit the verbs, etc. So that's a little sneak peek at my script for this monologue.
Back to the studio.
I did it for my audition. I had to choose 2 Beyondella sections, and I chose that one, and I did it quickly in the audition, and then when we got into rehearsals we slowed it down so we could get all the imagery and all that kind of stuff out of it, and then we gradually sped it up, and now it's quite quick.
You do it very well.
Thank you.
You do it very well, mate.
Are there any exciting plays in February? We're on tour, so we'll be somewhere. And then I think there's The Boy in the Dress, King John, and The Whip on in February. I looked at the website.
That's black. Okay, I don't know what happened here, but the video obviously cut out. So the question was, what's your dream role?
I love to play Iago in Othello.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a really interesting exploration of that side of a human being, i.e. like jealousy, like pure jealousy, envy.
And he's so clever.
And he's super clever.
Mine's slightly different. Sally Bowles in Cabaret.
Oh, also, Alexander Hamilton. Yeah, that.
What is your favourite Hamilton song?
So I'm going to let people in on a little secret here.
Go on.
There are times during Measure, basically I want to feel like I'm in the sort of right sad frame of mind. And that's a rubbish way to put it, because I'm not playing in a state. At least I hope I'm not.
They look at the camera like, oh.
But there are times when I have to listen to It's Quiet Uptown.
And you were going to say that one, yeah.
Just breaks my heart, man. So sometimes I'm not crying about the scene, I'm just crying about It's Quiet Uptown.
That's hilarious.
After your time with the RSC is done, do you have plans to continue vlogging?
Oh, I don't know.
I've enjoyed your vlogs, Amy Trigg.
Have you?
Yeah, I really have.
Thank you. I don't know.
Sometimes you get me looking like this.
You look great, man.
Amy looks at the camera like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It depends if I've got anything worth talking about.
You have loads worth talking about. Got more than some other vloggers.
They look shocked.
Shade!
Don't say that!
It's my tea right there.
If people want me to, I will. How much do you love me? Do you have to pay for your accommodation yet? We get subsistence, which helps pay towards living away from home. But essentially, quite a lot of people live in London while we're here, so they're living at home. But yeah, you get touring allowance and subsistence. What is it like to perform at the RSC? Or the RST?
Yeah, the RST.
Yeah, let's say the Royal Shakespeare Theatre.
I love it. I think that it's amazing when you're on there. When you're in the audience, sometimes people on the stage can feel quite far away. When you're on the stage, they weirdly feel really close to you.
Yeah.
Even if they're right at the top. So you can always kind of find people around you, and I think especially whenever you're doing like soliloquies that you're sharing with the audience, it feels so nice to be able to have like people wrapped around you and above you.
What is your favourite part of the job?
Favourite part of the job for me is essentially when you're on a job where they say go out and play every night, because everyone else has to work but we get told to play.
We get to play. And we laugh a lot on and off stage.
Yeah.
And that's really nice, having a job where you cry with laughter most days.
Most of the time.
I've not done my warm-up yet. What has been your favourite theatre that you've performed in?
Just because we've obviously spoken about RST so much, I'm going to try and take it away from there.
The first theatre I performed in was probably one of my favourites, Nottingham Playhouse, but I think it's partly because it holds happy memories and it was the first theatre. Again,
I'll go on a sentimental route and say being in the Lowry, being like able to perform in what was essentially a theatre I used to go to when I was a teenager, that like meant a lot. That was like a big bucket list tick. Royal Exchange will come soon, guys.
If you could spend time in the shoes of a Shakespearean character, who would it be?
You know who I really want to be in the shoes of?
Who?
Juliet.
In Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Why?
I just always thought that I think she's the smarter one in that relationship.
Maybe Rosalind, just because she's a quick thinker and she gets to have fun. And I love Lucy Phelps.
This is a question from James Cooney. Why are you so cool though?
I don't know.
Why are you so cool though?
What is the best thing about touring?
Getting to see places in the UK that I would like never have thought to kind of go to in a way and visited. I remember going to Plymouth in 2018 and being like, Plymouth's cool, I like Plymouth.
We're going to
It's a bit cold at the time, it might be a bit cold again this time, but I imagine in the summer, Plymouth is great.
One day you will tour to Plymouth in the summer.
In the summertime.
I
agree. The weather is fine. Then of course, like going on an international tour is pretty cool.
Spain.
Have you done that before? Besides Spain? Before this job? No.
I haven't, no. You have?
Yeah.
Jet setter. No, I haven't.
Because I'm older, Amy Trigg.
How old are you, Cooney? 21.
He winks.
What are the challenges of performing in different venues? I'm going to say voice. Whenever we get to a new venue, we always have to work out how to make sure that our voice travels to the back. It's different in each venue.
There's simple things where you just like don't have a routine and like you just don't know like before the show where you're going to go get lunch or go get something to eat.
How much of Shrew's text had to be changed to change it to a matriarchal setting?
All that was really changed was like lots of names and like he's and she's and the pronouns, you know. That was the big change.
And then there's, little things like Biondello is called knave quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I, as Biondello, get called baggage. So I try not to take personally. But yeah, that's it. Apart from that, it's exactly the same play.
Cooney is unscrewing his metal water
What
bottle.
training does the RSC...
Amy looks at him.
Go on.
He carries on unscrewing it.
What training does the RSC look for in its actors?
Certainly with like a company like we're on at the minute, being able to find people who are kind of good to work with, because you're going to have to be working with each other quite intensely for what for us is like a year and a half, you know.
Especially on tour, because when we're on tour and when we're in Stratford upon Avon, we work together, all of our social events were together. It's intense really, isn't it?
So be nice.
Be kind. We had quite a few questions asking about jobs at the RSC, like work experience over summer and jobs in the costume department and what kind of qualifications do you need to work at the RSC but not as an actor. And I'm going to put a link to the website.
They start pointing below them, but they look a little bit confused.
I don't know whether I will be able to. I don't know. I'm not great at the whole thing. They have a section about jobs and work experience, which will hopefully answer all of your questions better than we could.
So Amy,
Yeah?
were you
Yeah?
in the ABBA movie?
Well, yes, I was James Cooney.
Oh my god.
I was in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I'm a dancer in the Waterloo number.
Did you know ABBA beforehand? Were you a big
Not
ABBA fan?
personally.
Amy smiles at the camera.
You know my favourite bit in the first film?
What?
Pierce Brosnan.
He's great!
Yes.
Oh, I love his...
Pierce, I love you, man. I still to this day love everything about you. If ever you watch this, I love you. Don't take what I just did personally. It's not. He's one of the best James Bonds.
Yeah. Okay, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
They do a rehearsed
Good
handshake.
game, good game. Bye!
Bye.
Cut to black. Cut to Amy and Cooney.
Pierce, I really hope you don't think that I criticised you. I love you. I want to be like you when I grow up. Because eventually I will grow up. Does that mean I'm calling Pierce Brosnan old?
I don't think it's going very well for you.
I'm going to stop now.
Yeah.
Cut to black.